Hey guys, so Lord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home Deluxe Green Goblin. Avenge me! That's right, we're finally taking a look at good old Willem Dafoe portraying the Green Goblin in Spider-Man No Way Home. And I'm going to reiterate that because I have one major gripe with this figure that has absolutely nothing to do with how good this figure is. This figure is amazing. And surprisingly enough, it's brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, who have been kind of hit or miss with Marvel Legends in the past year. Not gonna lie. But with all that being said, we're gonna cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review, so it doesn't drag on too terribly long here. Starting off with Green Goblin's accessories, you do get this tattered cloak, which is a two-piece deal. You get a hood and you get the cloak. Put it like that. Actually, it goes like this. And I will most likely be using that with him, but there's a reason I have it off at the moment. We do get some goggles, which you can pop over his head. We get a little teeny tiny pumpkin bomb. Like, this thing is friggin' puny. Look at that. It's like the size of a BB or a BB gun or something. And what you do with that is you can clip it right into his hand here and not have to worry about it coming out. That is not going anywhere. That was pretty good aggressive shake. Watch it, comment section. I'm watching you. So I'm very happy about that. A lot of pumpkin bombs with Green Goblin figures. They're either glued in, and I don't have any problems with them, other than, you know, can't use the hand otherwise, or they don't fit in the hand that well, and they fall out, and I lose them, and I also lose sleep, because I can't sleep knowing that I'm missing an accessory. That said, the best accessory, probably of the year, is this bad boy right here. He comes with a freaking helmet from Spider-Man 1. The Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie that pretty much kickstarted my love for the character. Can we get, like, the neck down of this? I so want a movie 1 Green Goblin that's 100% accurate from this modern era Hasbro Legends. I know there's older figures out there. I know that. Toy Biz did a really darn good one. It holds up quite well considering its age. And then Hasbro did one in the, I think it was a Build-A-Figure wave actually. They put that wave out with characters from all 3 Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. But dang it all if I don't want a frickin' full-fledged Willem Dafoe movie 1 Green Goblin figure. Which is what I was hoping I'd be able to get out of this right here. But unfortunately, this is very specific to No Way Home in the fact that he's got the harness, which you can take off. If you heat the upper torso, it is a PVC material, so you can pop it right off the ball joint and take this harness off. But the suit is movie specific. It is based off the No Way Home movie, which it should be. That's what it says on the box. But I would have rather Hasbro half-arsed the No Way Home part and went all in on the Spider-Man 1 part and just gave us a Spider-Man 1 Green Goblin in No Way Home's clothing. Like, you could easily throw this cloak on and this harness and not really notice the inaccuracies of No Way Home, I don't think. Maybe the suit's completely different. My memory's a bit foggy and I can't exactly tell based off pictures on the internet if this is a completely different suit or a sort of different suit. It's got some battle damage and stuff on it, but man, we're so close to one of my dream figures. So close. That said, the one thing they got right, the glider. This looks exactly like the movie 1 glider. So literally, repack this with this head and that pumpkin bomb. Probably reuse some of this figure. Give me that movie 1 Green Goblin and you'll sucker me out of another $50 Hasbro. I'm telling you, I'll do it. promise. This glider, on the other hand, as far as articulation on it goes, the little foot pads do rotate. Though I will say, you probably want to take these off. They do unpeg. This one unpegs easier. They do unpeg, so you can pop them on the feet before you pop them onto here. I think that's a little bit easier. They do have hinge joints here and here, but this one is really tight. But if you do this, you can crouch them on the glider pretty easy. If you don't do that, it'll be kind of a pain in the nuts. These things do hinge, by the way, these little foot pads, but you're not going to get a whole lot of use out of that. And then it's got the ball peg stand that we're used to seeing, mostly with Black Series. But lately, a lot of Green Goblin gliders can accept this piece, so it's nice that they included it. And if we look at the underside, you can see some missile pods and stuff down there, so that's kind of cool. That said, enough jibber-jabbering. Mr. Willem Dafoe, everybody. I mean, that likeness is frickin' spot on, uncanny, and rivals literally anything a Hot Toys could probably do. Or any import company, for that matter. I've said that about some of the figures in this way, but dang it all if Hasbro isn't nailing that digital face print tech. Holy crap, it's like a little Willem Dafoe. Avenge me! You know, I'm half tempted to pop this onto that Arctic Trooper from, was it the Range Trooper? From Rogue One, Star Wars Black Series, and make a Togo movie custom Willem Dafoe figure. I want a Sepala. What's wrong with that? I will tell you, though, popping this off, well, I do love this. This is the head that may be utilized in my display. Look at that. Ah, get so close, man. So close. Oh, this is like two glued pieces. Like this mask. This mask is a separate part. Huh. That'd be cool if it came off, but I know it doesn't, so I'm not going to mess with that. But, there you go. I mean, if that's not close, I don't know what is. So, as far as articulation goes, you actually get a decent range in the helmeted head. So that's cool. You can rotate. I will tell you, even though he's got the skin-colored neck, which is inaccurate to Spider-Man 1, the helmet does do a good job of covering that. So you don't have a ton of it exposed there. Shoulders go out to the side, back down. They do rotate all the way around. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow that works pretty well, considering he is an armored guy. Swivel in the wrist with a hinge. Now, I will tell you, this wrist on mine was tight as heck out of the box. And this little blade thing gets on my nerves. I don't know if this is warped or what. You guys can freaking tell me. I don't know. But I tried heating it up and popping it off to straighten it. But it's glued on there pretty darn good. I didn't mess it up or anything trying to take it off either. I might have warped it slightly. But it feels like it's on there all the way. But, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that. I could have done without the Predator blade. Get to the chopper! But yeah, this hand is really tight out of the box. I don't know if they're all like that. But I will tell you also, you cannot pull the hands out. He didn't come with extra hands. Obviously, I would have showed those. But the hands do not come out of this figure, which is very strange. Not a whole lot of Legends where I can't pop the hand out. So, perplexed as to why they did that. He does have a diaphragm joint. Not a ton of range out of that, which kind of sucks. But it is Willem Dafoe. He is an old man in this movie. It rotates. And, you know, you can fiddle with this harness or, you know, take it off if you really want. And position the torso how you want. He does have drop-down hips, surprisingly. They're not stuck, and they're pretty tight, so I don't got to worry about that. He does kick forward and back. He does have a thigh cut. Double knee. No, like, boot swivel, which seems like a missed opportunity. I mean, he's got drop-down hips, but no boot swivel. That seems kind of weird, because it'd be way easier to get him on the glider with that. But you do get a hinge in the foot with a rocker, and you can get him on the glider if you fiddle with it. But, it could have been easier. I'm not gonna lie, it could have been way easier. So standing him up here. What a glorious looking piece. He looks so cool. A contender for one of the top 10 figures of the year, but I'm not sure. I need to get that Dr. Octopus before I determine who's taking that spot. That said, a quick story time before we move on to size comparisons. Anyone remember that video game Spider-Man Friend or Foe? I'm kind of trying to build a roster from that game, and this Green Goblin, if you squint, kind of works. It looked more like the first movie, you know, Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man first movie suit, but, you know, this could be a stand-in until we get that, because they're going to give it to us, right? They have to. The Alfred Molina Doc Ock works as a Doc Ock, because that's what he looked like in the game. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is exactly how he looked in the game. The Retro Card Sandman would probably pass as the Sandman until we get like a Spider-Man 3 movie Sandman. Monster Venom actually works as the Venom from that game because he was big and bulky. He didn't look like the movie Venom. The Prowler we got from a few years back, pretty close. The Black Cat we got from the Ultimate Green Goblin wave, I want to say, works as a Black Cat from that game. Silver Sable was also in that game. I think the figure we got of her works pretty well. Rhino and Scorpion, we don't really have anything close to that, so I'd like to get those at some point. The Lizard, the Retro Lizard works, but if he had brown pants, that would be a lot closer, because the one in the game did actually have the kind of gecko-style head, and I think the more rounded-off fingertips, maybe? I can't remember. Blade from the Man-Thing wave works really well. He was in that game. Iron Fist we don't have. We don't have a popped-up collar, you know, popped-up 70s collar Iron Fist yet. Hopefully we get one of those soon. And Mysterio is very specific look in that game. What we got ain't gonna cut it. And I think that's all the main characters. Nick Fury was in it too, but we don't have a figure close to that. He's wearing like a black t-shirt. He looked more like a G.I. Joe or something. I guess if you did a head swap with the old white guy Nick Fury figure in the SHIELD uniform on one of the G.I. Joe classified figures, you'd probably get something like that. Maybe. Trying to think who else. The New Goblin. We need the Harry Osborn New Goblin character from Spider-Man 3. He was in that game as well. So, you know, say what you will about Spider-Man 3, I still want figures from that movie. That would be sick. I do have a Venom somewhere, though, from an older Legends set. So, with that being said, the side tangent of all side tangents aside, I just want to have a roster from that video game. I'd love to get all the different symbiote, like phantom drones you fight in that game. That would be really freaking cool, because there was like werewolf symbiotes and skeleton symbiotes and mummy symbiotes and like techno robot symbiotes and like creepy tiki tribesman symbiotes, but you know, I wouldn't hold my breath on all that. Although it would be cooler than getting something like the Eternals wave, wouldn't it? With that being said, it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Green Gobbo alongside the only other Sam Raimi Spider-Man universe characters I have currently in the modern Hasbro era Marvel Legends line. Got Mr. Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, of course, and Sandy Sandman. Unfortunately, the name of the actor escapes me. I know he's in the Twisted Metal series on, is it Peacock? Peacock! Because we don't have enough streaming services to keep track of, do we? But I'm currently waiting on my Alfred Molina Dr. Octopus to ship from BBTS, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get that very soon. But very stoked to be building out this universe. I just hope we get a more tried and true version of Green Goblin from the first Spider-Man movie. So, getting these two out of the way here. Of course, would not be one of my videos without bringing in Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus. And the infamous Living Spawn, who, as usual, towers over everyone. And I'm sure Spawn is used to beating up goblins, so we better wrap things up with some final thoughts before things get ugly here. Overall, and for those of you guys wondering, is this guy capable of cracking my top action figures of 2023 video? Yes and no. I would say his chances would be a lot higher, and I mean a lot higher, if he looked more like how this character looked in the original Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. But I know that's not the reason and or purpose behind this figure. It's supposed to look like how good old Willem Dafoe looked like in Spider-Man No Way Home. And I can respect that. But they gave us the helmet from the first Tobey Maguire Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. So, you know darn well that Hasbro's going to milk our wallets for another $50 deluxe package Green Goblin figure based off how he appeared in that movie at some point in the near to distant future. I guarantee it. So I think I'm going to reserve a space for a future top 10 action figures of the year video for that figure, and possibly save this year's spot for the Alfred Molina Dr. Octopus, which looks just like how that character did in Spider-Man 2. I mean, looks glorious. I'm just a bit bummed I don't have it yet. I'm still waiting for my pile of loot to ship at this point. So fingers crossed that happens very, very soon, and I can get a review of that guy up within the next few weeks. But with that being said, my only major gripe with this figure is the fact that he doesn't have alt hands. It would have been nice to get another open hand and fist hand, let alone just hands that you could pop out. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Been a while since I got a Marvel Legend that couldn't pop the hands out on it. But it would have also been nice to get another Pumpkin Bomb. And that Predator blade on his left arm, not the biggest fan of it. Not even because it's gummy, but it just seems warped to me, and I can't straighten it out no matter how hard I try. And it would have been nice if it was removable, just so that hand was a little bit easier to move around. Didn't have to worry about mucking that thing up in doing so. But the likeness is uncanny. It's a great likeness, and if I wind up using the Movie 1 Green Goblin helmet on this figure, I'll definitely find a suited body for that head to live on until we get another, Willem Dafoe Green Goblin figure based off that first Tobey Maguire Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.